What is going on, Lions fans? Yes, this video is about the Lions taking the L. We're going to be talking about the Lions game last night just a little bit. I really don't want to spend a lot of time on it because we've already watched the game. It's depressing. We're going to get into what we need to be going forward for the Detroit Lions, what we need to be talking about, what's coming up next, as well as we'll kind of do a little quick season review for this season. Let's go. Also, this is pretty much going to be the last video where we're talking about a lot of negative stuff and sad and depressing. We're going to be moving on to free agency in the draft starting tomorrow. FYI, everything is going to be transitioned. So this is kind of one of those last of those type of videos. So if you don't want to watch videos of depressing and sadness all the time, this is going to be the channel for you going forward. Really quick about last night's game, because we watched it, don't need to spend much time on it. Let's go by position. Quarterback, Jared Goff. He played like boo-boo. Multiple turnovers, fumble, can't do that. He got hit pretty hard. He got rocked. I thought his accuracy was bad when he got rocked, even worse than what it was. He played like boo-boo. Offensive line, no pass protection. They played like boo-boo. Graham Glasgow was really irritating me, and I think Mahogany is going to take over, this offseason going forward because one is better than the other. The wide receivers played perfectly fine. Tim Patrick, St. Brown, Jamison Williams. I thought they did fine out there. Sam Laporta did great catch. So our receivers did their job. Running game. Jahmyr Gibbs was on fire. And we're going to talk about Jahmyr Gibbs and why they didn't use him as much as they should have. Montgomery, he did all right. One word in the comments right now about the game last night. Mine is cheeks. Give me one word in the comments. Mine is cheeks. Defensive line. They played like boo-boo. Hey, we can't get to the quarterback. The linebackers, I thought they did all right. You had Alex Anzalone making tackles, Jack Campbell making tackles, but Jack Campbell, man, stop breaking people. Another injury to Amik Robertson. That was the worst part. Right off rip, Meek goes down, and it was a bad one. So that sucked there. The corners, it's hard to even rip on them. It is. We're dealing with backups here, but Terry Arnold, he made a mistake, didn't hold the edge down that got the first down that we all got irritated with. Also, the Lions lost the game. The Commanders won the game. Got to give credit where credit is due. I was seeing people say that the refs changed the game. Was there bad calls? Yeah, but the Commanders won this game, and we lost this game. That's the way it is. Turnovers, we were -4. Of course, you're going to lose. You can't win that way. Special teams, there was really not much there to go for. Okay, now let's get into the coaching because this was a significant issue. All three coaches. We'll start with Dan Campbell. Why wasn't there a timeout taken? 12 men on defense. I don't know. 4th down and 2. That was critical. There was mistakes made by Dan Campbell in this game. So he deserves flack for this one. Ben Johnson. He outsmarted himself again. Trick play after trick play, interception. You have a team in the Commanders that was the 30th ranked run defensive. We got away from the run. We got away from Jahmyr Gibbs, who was killing it. You failed, Ben Johnson. And Aaron Glenn, you failed. Blitz, 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 blitz. You failed. Now, you didn't have much talent because you have dealt with a lot of injuries. And you dealt with another one with Amik Robertson. So I get it. But y'all failed. I'm going to keep it a buck. All right. Now let's talk about the season as a whole. So just transitioning, not thinking about last night's game, but season whole. Hell of a season. 15-win season. Win the NFC North twice in a row. Man, we got a ton of Pro Bowlers, all pro. Thinking about this team's going to be good. It's a really good team, and I'm really excited to see what the team will look like when our players come back. That's something you should be really, really excited about, at least defensively going forward. Man, everybody got injured. They're eventually coming back for the 2025 NFL season. And that was the biggest takeaway, I think, this whole season is the injuries. We got crushed with injuries on defense. Offense was spectacular. And, man, it was a great season. It was an amazing season. It was fun. I liked it. I really sad that it ended the way that it did, obviously. But overall, it's better than a 5-win season. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's better than another 4-win season. 15-2 is great. Yeah, it mounted to a loss, and it's a loss that we're never going to forget. But, it is what it is. Now, what do we got to look forward to in the offseason? What is your number one thing you're watching for? Let us know in the comments right now. This is the two biggest things that we got to be looking out for, and I think you guys already know it. Aaron Glenn, when he gets a head coaching job, he's going to get a head coaching job, and I'm going to tell you, I know I may be minority here, but I'm excited for him to get a job. I want a fresh face defensively at a defensive coordinator. I know he's got a lot of praise this year with the injuries that we sustained, but I'm excited for him to leave. I'm ready for a fresh face on defense. Something new. And that may not be the proper answer. It may not be the answer that is wanting to be known, but it's the answer that I'm going to give. I'm excited for him to get that job, and we get compensatory draft picks for that. So that is exciting right there. Let's switch up the scene. I don't know why I'm just sitting on that same scene for 7 minutes. I apologize, because that sucks. And then obviously the big one is Ben Johnson. Now, fresh face here is an interesting. I would like for him to stay. I think he's a great mind, great offensive mind, so hopefully he stays. With that said, would it be the worst thing if he got a head coaching job? We don't have to do all the trick plays all the time, or when you should run the ball, maybe you should run the ball. Some of those instances it had irritated me, and I know that maybe it's just recency biased, but this has been throughout the tenure where there has been games throughout history of him being the OC that, man, just run the ball sometimes. Just run the ball, and maybe getting a fresh face there is something that potentially could be a positive. I don't know, but obviously staying him would be the best, right? Because we know this offense it was the best offense in football. We know what we have here. But some decisions that he has made, I feel like, has cost us games too. Some has done well, and some have cost us. So that could be something interesting. And then what goes with all of that, too, is it's not just those two leaving. They're going to take coaches with them. And who leaves with them, right? Who is left, and who obviously is going to be the next OC if Ben Johnson leaves? Who's going to be the next DC when Aaron Glenn leaves? Those are going to be the two biggest things we're going to be going forward when that occurs. I mean, a rumor just came out today, and you see it right here, that the Cowboys are intrigued by Aaron Glenn. So, I mean, the rumor's going to fly, and I have no doubt that probably by this week they're hired. These two will be hired to another football team, and sooner the better, then we can find our new coordinators to lead our squad going forward. And it's better for whatever teams they've hired. And I know I don't really care, but I would like to just get this process done with faster the better, so we can understand who's going to be our coaches, understand who's going to be with Jared Goff, because these guys got to get together for next year and get on the same page and all of that. If Ben Johnson leaves, going forward, that's what we're going to be going after. So, what are you guys most excited about Are you excited about free agency? Are you excited about the NFL draft? Because we're going to talk about the channel going forward right now. And so if you're new to the channel, and I know there's a lot of people here, maybe you watch me via stream, I make videos every day, and nothing is changing. So starting tomorrow, we are transitioning from talking about really last season, and we're going into the 2025 offseason immediately. It's kind of just like, I guess, WWE when a WrestleMania occurs. The next day, they're already focusing on the next one. So that's how we do it on this channel. So tomorrow, we're going to be focusing on free agency, in the draft, in the latest Lions news, and the latest Lions rumors. So if a breaking news happens, Aaron Glenn, for instance, if he gets hired as a head coach, we're going to jump on here. We're going to make a video about it. Probably do a live stream as well. Same with Ben Johnson. Those would be two big hires that we're going to be talking about. A video is going to be made every single day, and we're still going to do one stream a week. Maybe I'll switch up the days. We've been doing Thursdays. Maybe I'll switch it up for the offseason, but we're completely transitioning. We're going to have mock drafts putting up. I'm actually going to be doing research starting today, jumping into the NFL draft and prospects, get some pass rushers, some defensive players, but make no mistake, we're going to be getting offensive players as well. Why is that? Because a lot of our defensive issues was personnel due to injury. And we got to look at players. Who are we going to re-sign? Are we going to re-sign Carlton Davis? Maybe we shouldn't, right? Injury-prone type of player. And it did affect us in the playoffs, right? So we're going to go through all of that, players whom we're going to re-sign and all. So get ready, folks. The games just began for the 2025 season. Starting tomorrow, new era for Lions offseason. With that said, folks, adios.